Okay, so you just signed up for HighLevel, you got a subscription or you're on trial, and you want your agency to reflect your own branding. This is called white labeling, meaning you're going to use everything HighLevel offers, but you're going to show your customer that your company owns all of this SaaS material. So this is HighLevel's logo. We can change that. This up here is HighLevel's domain. We can reflect your own domain, and then a whole bunch of other things like privacy statements and terms and conditions. And we can customize all of this to make it look like your brand. So let's get started. The first thing is we want to change this logo up here to your company logo. Go down here to settings, go over to company, go over to white label, and it's as simple as uploading your logo right here. Whatever you upload here is going to reflect instead of this HighLevel. Notice how it reflects almost immediately. So that's the first thing. Now let's change something a little bit more complicated, which is the domain itself, meaning that when your customers access your portal, you should be able to give them something like app.sonicsolutions.com or whatever your business domain is. For that, you have to update DNS records. So you have to go to your own registrar. In this case, I have GoDaddy, and that's where I purchased my domain from. So I'll show you where you can do this in GoDaddy. This one is under domains, under DNS, and you have add new DNS record. Now what you need to do is update what's called a CNAME, canonical name, the nickname for your domain, other names that your domain goes by. And so in here, you're going to put app and then the domain for HighLevel itself. And I already have it down here, but I'll give you what it would look like. And it would just be this. So you'd have CNAME, the word app, and then where it's going, meaning that whenever somebody goes to app dot your domain name, DNS is going to point them to this particular value, which is HighLevel server. You hit save on that. You will then confirm you have a record in here that looks like this. You'll have CNAME, whitelabel.ludicrous.cloud, and then the 1 hour doesn't really matter. That's how long your time to live. Just leave it as it is. Hit save, and then you're good to go. So what that should look like is when somebody types in .sonic-solutions.com for me, they will be presented with this. And now they can log in. Pretty simple, right? The next thing we're going to update is something called a Favicon. Favicon is when you go to a web page, you will see a small icon in your tab next to that website name. And that's what we're going to try to update. There's a couple of different ways you can do this. And one is first, when you upload your logo, just take a look up at the top. If your website shows your logo already, then no problem. You don't need to do anything else. But if it still shows the HighLevel logo, there's a couple different ways you can do this. One is to create a site, a subdomain site, and then add your Favicon to that subdomain site, and then copy the URL, and then plug it into a custom JavaScript down here. I know that sounds complicated, but we'll give it a shot. So here's some custom JavaScript, and I'll have this for you in my Skool community as well. What we're looking for is the URL for where your Favicon, and the way to get this URL is you do the following. Go create a sub account first. So in here, I already have a sub account, but you can click on agency right here, sub accounts, and then create a sub account. Okay. Because what we're trying to do is we're uploading an image, and then once we upload the image, we'll have a URL for that image that we can just bring over. So go ahead and create a sub account, go into the site itself. Here I am now in a sub account of mine, go to media storage, and you're going to see all of your media here already. So all we're trying to do is grab your particular link like this. Click the 3 dots, get the link. If your logo isn't here, hit upload, find your logo somewhere on your computer. Here it goes uploaded. Okay. Now hit 3 dots and get the link. Now we have the link copied. That's the URL we're going to go plug into that JavaScript. So go back to your agency by hitting this, go to agency, go to setting, company, white label, and then scroll down to JavaScript. And of course my JavaScript is gone. So let's put that URL aside, go grab the JavaScript again and plug it here. And now grab the URL and take including the quotes and put the URL. Hit save changes. Third-party scripting provide, yes, it can cause problems, and it's saved successfully. So that plus the original logo should definitely change your Favicon. If it doesn't, let me know, and we'll try some other things. Next, let's use your own privacy policy and terms and conditions. That's also on the same page under white label, policies, and we want to put a link to your own policies. So hopefully you already have created your privacy policy and terms and conditions. If you haven't, I'll have a template for you as well in my Skool community. You can just copy and paste. Once you paste it within a website somewhere, you want to bring that URL here. So let's go over to my funnel, which I have hosted on HighLevel. And this is the privacy policy that I have, as well as the terms and conditions. So I'll have this available for you if you want, or you can just copy my exact URL if you want to adopt my policy, then bring it back over to this and paste both in there. I just have one link for both of them. It kills two birds with one stone. Easy, it saves changes. Now, policy done. Okay, next we need to update our emails, or the emails that our customers are receiving. We want to make sure that they receive them from something at sonicsolutions.com and not some crazy long GoHighLevel domain. Let's go over to our agency again, which is the view I'm in, and then you go over to setting and then email services. Okay, go ahead and tell them, okay, create dedicated domain. And now we have a domain that we want to use. Use only lowercase in domain name. So if you have Sonic Solution, for example, you would enter something like that, or whatever your domain is here. Hit add and verify, and what it's trying to do is verify that domain is actually legit. So let's give it a shot. I already have mine set up, so let's see what it does. Yeah, it's already there. Let's try another one of my websites. Right, I already have a domain, so I can't necessarily go through it. But when you enter your domain, it's going to say add and verify, and it's going to give you some DNS records that you need to update. Specifically, an SPF record, which is Standard Policy Framework, not that important, but it just tells the recipient email domain that the email coming inbound is from a legitimate server, a server that belongs to your domain or is authorized to send emails on your behalf. So these records, you got to take note of, go over to GoDaddy, and then plug them in just like we did the CNAME from before. So I'll give you an example. Okay, here we are, DMARC, it's a text record, and you put this particular record in here, and then same thing with the next one. These records are going to be given to you by HighLevel, and you're simply just copying and pasting them over here. There's nothing you have to create from scratch. You simply copy and paste them here. But it should be just two records that they give you. You go over here, hit the drop down, probably going to be a text record like this, TXT, put in the name that they give you and then the value that they give you and hit save. That's going to allow emails to be delivered by your domain, which gives it a little bit better of a look, first of all, in terms of branding. And then likely if you have a domain that's been warmed up and can send emails, the likelihood of that email landing in the inbox increases. Okay, so now customers should be receiving emails from your domain. Once you plug that in, whenever you populate new user records, it'll default to your agency email. Also under company, you can populate all of your information as it relates to your own company. So fill out those two things as well. And then let's move on to the next thing. Next is whenever you set up, let's say a workflow that's going to send an automatic email to your customers, you want that email to look a particular way with all of your company branding. And the way you do this is you create a template within HighLevel that can be leveraged every single time. So let's go over to system emails. And in system emails, we have our template. So this is a welcome email template, reset password when the user needs to reset their password, and then verification code email. We want to make sure all of those are coming from your domain to them. So you can click on each one of these, change template, select the domain that you want it to come from. So in this case, Sonic Solutions, and then a default template is fine. Otherwise, if you had a custom template that you had built, you can select that as well. Hit change, and then change template for password, same thing. The one domain that we have, hit change, and then do that for the third one as well. And now you have all of the default email templates branded with your company. Now let's briefly talk about the app itself. So when the customers use an app, it's nice to have your own branded app. For that, you do have to go through a review process. So we're not going to go through the review process today, but I will show you where you can go to set this up. Go back to your agency setting, and then down here, there's mobile app. This is a new feature. In there, you'll have three options. You have your HighLevel app, which looks a little bit nicer. It is free as well. Then you have your lead connector app. This is the one I use for my client. And then custom agency app, which is going to be a little bit more expensive because you do have to pay for it. That's the one I'm picking. Confirm. You'll update your logo, your email address, all of these types of things. And then you'll have a nice branded for your customers. Now let's go back to the company settings. So in your agency, go down to settings and then come over to company again. This is that same place where you updated your logo and you have your subdomain hopefully set up already. Clients can now authenticate using their Google Gmail already, which is a nice little convenient way so they don't have to reset and set up a new username password. So let's leave that on. We have our policies already from before that we uploaded. We have our custom JavaScript, which confirms that our favicon is going to be exactly what we want every single time. And then the fun part, we can put CSS in here that is going to change the look of our platform. So if you're doing a YouTube tutorial like this one, and you want your entire HighLevel setup to look, you can put in some custom CSS over here. Okay, one thing I did was went ahead and updated my logo background to look with white text. And now if you want to change the menu look on the left and all of these buttons as well, like a lot of folks do, that's done with CSS. So what you can do is come over here. I've had Gemini built the CSS code for me already with the appropriate colors to match my logo. You're more than welcome to use the same thing. I'll have it in my Skool community. The only thing you'll need to change is your URL, any content URL that you use. But if you like the way it looks, just go ahead and hit save a couple times here. It'll say save successfully. You will not see the changes right away, but when you hit refresh, we should see the update. And there you go. Now the left side looks nice and blue. You got nice hover effects. You have my logo already up there. We have the domain, the privacy, the JavaScript, the CSS. You can even change it to dark mode if you really want to. Let's see what that looks like. It refreshed. Okay, dark mode didn't do anything. Probably because of my CSS. I was hoping all of the background here would change as well, but okay. That's probably enough branding as it is. Go ahead and do those, and then love to see your results as well. Share them down below. And if you run into any problems, go ahead and leave me a comment. I'll be happy to respond to you. If you want to try your hand at doing this yourself, instead of just watching, you can use my HighLevel affiliate link in the description below. If you use that, you get an extended 30-day HighLevel trial, hundreds of pre-built AI agents, access to my Skool community, 40+ business and marketing courses that I've built. You'll have all of my website template that you've seen me create, workflows, and snapshots. I'll even hop on a live Zoom call with you twice a week to help guide you and build your business with you. You'll have a direct line to me and also a chance to join my agency and run some of these businesses that I have, as well as take on my client. Hope to see you soon. Thank you.